On the news tonight, World Tuberculosis Day. First Lady donates 1 billion naira to fight against tuberculosis in Nigeria. Correspondent examines the significance of Lelatu Kadri, also known as Night of Majesty. Good evening and welcome to Nta Ijebu Ode News at 7. My name is Mercy Ezeshi and here are the news in details. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has taken her advocacy against tuberculosis to the grassroots, seeking to build a community-based coalition against the global epidemic. She led critical stakeholders to Sauka Village, Abuja, for a community outreach as part of events marking this year's World Tuberculosis Day. State House correspondent Nta Ijebu reports that the First Lady also announced the donation of another 1 billion naira from Renewed Hope initiative to the fight against tuberculosis in Nigeria.
One person said to die from tuberculosis every 7 minutes in Nigeria, making the country one of the top 8 with the highest burden of TB in the world. The statistics from the World Health Organization 2024 Global TB Report are far from cheering. As the global and national Stop TB champion, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu is conscious of these figures and worried by them enough to engage directly with members of Sauka Village, Abuja, on advocacy campaign. Reflecting on the theme of this year's celebration, Years We Can End TB, Commit, Invest and Deliver, she renewed her call for improved funding and stronger coalition to boost advocacy.
Government has prioritized expanding TB testing and treatment centers across Nigeria, ensuring that TB treatment remains free and accessible to all. We need traditional and religious leaders, legislators, the youth, healthcare workers, private sector organizations, non-governmental organizations, community-based organizations, and international partners to join forces in this fight.
To further strengthen the fight, she promised to amplify the voices of TB survivors, fight against stigma, and ensure that marginalized groups have equal access to TB care.
I would like to pledge an additional sum of 1 billion naira from the Renewed Hope initiative towards the fight against tuberculosis in Nigeria. To our health workers, volunteers, community and religious leaders, your dedication is the backbone of this fight. I thank you.
Your Excellency, you have helped us tremendously to communicate to Nigerians unambiguously that TB is not a death sentence. It can be prevented.
Against TB to Sauka community is fundamental to mitigate the impact of the disease and eliminate any associated stigma in vulnerable populations.
The First Lady also facilitated the establishment of a primary health center in Sauka Village as their first fruit for embracing the Stop TB campaign. From Sauka Village in Abuja, Nta Ijebu, NTA News.
Do you know that every second an African is dying of tuberculosis, which is curable and preventable disease? With dwindling external funds, prioritizing domestic resource mobilization, guests on Good Morning Nigeria believe will help mitigate funding gaps and position the continent towards ending tuberculosis by 2030. Lydia Sampson reports.
Sustainably improving TB detection rates, strengthening healthcare systems, and addressing socio-economic factors, the guests reiterated are crucial steps to reduce TB mortality in Nigeria.
TB is a disease that is curable and can be treated. We also have done a lot of things in the area of trying to make sure that services are made available.
We need to also increase in our efforts to conduct preventive measures, to carry out preventive measures at all levels, from the government, among healthcare workers, the communities, civil society organization, and all stakeholders.
They want more policy reform, stigma reduction, research and development, as well as sustainable collaborative efforts.
So we need to really commit ourselves at this particular point, wherein we can get these personalities who are willing to actually help out, okay, and support this TB program is very important.
That means that every second we are speaking, an African is dying due to TB-related complication or illness.
With a high mortality rate occurring despite the availability of effective treatments, the guests are of the view that if stringent measures are not taken, it will further be compounded by the prevalence of drug-resistant TB and HIV-associated TB. Other factors such as limited awareness, poor treatment adherence, stigma, and inadequate access to healthcare, they noted, contribute to the high number of TB-related deaths. They called for robust commitment to advocating for strengthening partnership, prioritizing vulnerable groups, and investing in innovative diagnostic tools with the hope of a TB-free future by 2030. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
3 out of the 12 inmates who escaped from the Medium Correctional Center in Kotokafe, Kogi State, have been recaptured, while the search for the remaining 9 intensifies in the state. Jonathan Omajale reports.
The Kotonkarfi Medium Correctional Facility housed 243 inmates until the early hours of Monday, when 12 inmates escaped after killing the security guard on duty.
Lost one personnel. What happened after they manipulated the key, they tied 2 of my personnel who were on duty up, strangled 1, and then made good their escape routes.
The incident has raised growing concerns, serving as a grim reminder of previous jailbreaks at the facility.
3 of them have been recaptured, remaining 9, and they will also be recaptured because the search party, they are in town. All the exits have been cordoned off, and we are having very good synergy with all the security agencies to make sure that these inmates that escaped are recaptured.
Apart from getting to the root of it, they must recover every other. The remaining 9 must come back to custody immediately.
Disturbed by the attack, the Ohimegeigu of Kotonkarfi has directed local chiefs and security personnel to step up efforts to recapture the fleeing inmates.
On my part, I have sent messages to the village chiefs around the facility. The chief of Osuku, Onzo, Ogbendu, and Bareke. These are the immediate communities around the facility. To alert them of what has happened and for them to be vigilant of any strange movement, so that if they see any of such, they report immediately, so that such escapees can be apprehended.
The last attack on the facility was in 2016. Jonathan Omajali, NTA News.
We'll be going on a break. Please stay tuned.
How far, Niger? Welcome to the Glow Cafe app. Come in. Because it's time for an upgrade. Your own personal Glow Cafe app open 24/7. Welcome to bigger, better, smarter. Welcome to total control of your data, your airtime. Mom, I'll call you back. How you buy? I'll send you data. How you share and how you recharge. Movies, gaming, music, all in one place. Welcome to More Valley. Download the upgraded Glow Cafe app and get more data. Get 100% recharge bonus and get a massive 100 gigabytes data bonus when you register. Want it all? Download all this into this.
Glow Unlimited.
Welcome back from the break. Now the news continues. A Thanksgiving service and presentation of over 30 men of God who graduated from the Church Bible Seminary climax activities marking the 29th anniversary and 23rd annual convention of Pentecostal Sanctuary Bible Ministry. Anthony Gadonu was at the grand finale of the annual celebration held at the PSBM campground, Zion City, Erunwo Atta Road. Ijebu Ode and complete the reports.
The guest preacher, Bishop Stephen Olalekon, in a sermon taken from the book of Revelation chapter 4 verse 1, told the congregation at the annual Thanksgiving service and anniversary of the church that it is time for extraordinary lifting that will come with testimonies. He highlighted some of the criteria that will qualify believers for the incredible blessings.
These days, as a Christian, there are some steps you have to take. You have to give your life to Christ, number one. Move closer to God. When you move closer to God, He will move closer to you. Then the blessings of God will now be abound on your care. And the last but not the least is that you have to give unto God. If you give, the Lord will give unto you back.
In his anniversary address, the president of the church, Prophet Nta Ijebu Ode, appreciated God for his grace and faithfulness over the ministry. He also appreciated guests for the honor done on the church. The cleric and his wife, Pastor Olufunmilayo Ijebu Ode, while speaking on the theme of the anniversary, El Shaddai, which means more than enough, taken from the book of Genesis chapter 35 verse 11, pointed out that the theme was divinely selected to reveal God's plan for individuals despite the economic challenges in the country.
He revealed himself as El Shaddai to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. You know, that's all. And none of them become great today. Their generation could not be raised on the surface of the earth.
It can only work for anybody that calls himself or herself a Christian that attended this program, that love the word of God. They can only have benefit of it if they move closer to God, trust God, and believe solely in the help from above.
The event, which also witnessed Thanksgiving and cutting of the anniversary cake, featured the presentation of over 30 graduates who have undergone training courses at the church's theological seminary and certificate of completion presented. Some of the graduates promised not to let the church down, but uphold teachings of the Bible.
It's one remarkable thing in my life, and I thank God for this day.
To improve our Christian life, it will develop spiritually.
For clocking 20 years, the inauguration of the Alumni Association of the college and the investiture of Chairman Governing Council was also held. The children were not also left out in the celebration. To mark the 29th anniversary and 23rd annual convention of the church, a foundation of a building to serve as a resting place for whosoever that will be coming to pray in the campground was also laid. In Ijebu Ode, Anthony Gandonu, NTA News.
The last 10 days of Ramadan, known as Lailatul Qadr, Night of Power or Night of Majesty, are considered as significant to Muslims faithful during the 30 days fasting period. In this report, Adetoye Adewero examines the spiritual benefits of those last 10 days of Ramadan.
The month of Ramadan is divided into 3 parts. However, the last 10 days of the 30 days known as Laylatul Qadr, the month of majesty or night of power, is significant to Muslim faithful. It is one of the sacred nights in the Islamic calendar. The night marks the commencement of the revelation of the Holy Quran to Prophet Muhammad.
That last 10 days, there is no particular day that is being picked for the night of majesty. So you have to start searching for the night when the Ramadan is 20. By the night of 21, you start searching for that night.
We expect Muslims that have been fasting since 20 days before, the last 10 days, to put more effort in seeking for forgiveness, for, goodness of life, and thereabouts.
Islamic lyrics explain that Laylatul Qadr falls within the last 10 days of Ramadan, in which Muslim faithful see as a unique opportunity to move closer to Allah, engage in worship and improve in good deeds, as well reflect on their lives. They also emphasized that the Holy Quran chapter 97 described it as a night that is better than thousands of months.
And that 1,000 months means is equivalent to 83 years, 4 months. Meaning that if you are opportuned to meet that, meaning that you wake up, pray, read Quran, seek for forgiveness, and so on and so forth, for that night, in that night, particular night, then you have been blessed.
If you are fortunate to get to that day and you witness that night, you will get a reward of 83 years and 4 months of worship. So that's the reason why a lot of Muslims are being encouraged to search for that night.
They added that the essence of Laylatul Qadr is viewed as a night of transformation and soul healing. Prophet Muhammad also urged his followers to seek the night with all sincerity and devotion, describing it as a night which its likely prayers are accepted. In Ijebu Ode, Adetoye Adebeo, NTA News.
A group of youth and women from Kogi Central Senatorial District have submitted petition to INEC to recall Natasha Akpoti as senator representing Kogi Central. Leader of the group, Ijese Charity, flanked by other members after submitting the petition, says more than 50% of the voters have signed the recall petition as required by the law. Section 69 and 110 of the 1999 Constitution as amended and Section 116 of the Electoral Act 2022 empower INEC to conduct recall proceedings against a member of the National and State Assemblies upon receipt of a valid petition, alleging a loss of confidence in the member by more than 50% of registered voters in the affected constituency. That's all we have for you today on Nta Ijebu Ode News at 7. Thank you for joining us today. Good night.
Aha! Is there a bro, I tell you, this match 3-0. Okay. If I win you, something will come out. Don't play with me. Fast ball, fast ball. Ah. You know what? You don't shot bro. Me. Now we got this match.
Keep the banter going with Glow Borrow Me Credit or Data. Dial star 303 hash to borrow airtime or data and pay later.
Is it ready? Only one thing I didn't.
Power your relentless ambition with ultra high speed data. Glow Unlimited.